Hello, art students. It is homecoming week, and I am dressed up for Decades Day, so please ignore my fabulous outfit. And let's dive into how do you draw using observational drawing. It is a great trick to be able to get realistic artwork, and it's actually pretty easy to do if you just know 3 main tricks. So let's jump in. Trick number 1 is you need to be able to look at what you're drawing. So I have resources. I just pulled out some of those resources in the bin, or you can come to the help desk, and if you can't find what you need in the resource bin, I can print you a new picture and we can make it a resource. So you'll notice, see how I have those circles there? And then you have to do 3 sketches. You'll notice I just held up my sketches. You want to practice just drawing those basic shapes and doing it several times so that when you start on your final piece, it's not brand new to you. So I'm going to start on my final piece. I get my paper, I get out my picture, and then I start with this X. Now this is one of the Russell secrets, okay? This is like bonus secret. So I use that X to help me figure out, look, I have an arch here, so I draw an arch here. It takes up about this much space from my little X in the center, so I have it take up about that much space on my sheet of paper. Do you see how the ear crosses that little X line right there? That means my ear has to go right over here. So secret number 2 is you have to let your eyes do the drawing. Tell your brain to take a break, because what your brain says is true and what is actually true are 2 different things. So we're going to draw it with our eyes. Okay, so watch how I do this. So I start in, see how I make sure I cross over. Then look when I draw these eyes, okay? I am following what it says here. It says, if you look closely, look, this eye crosses that X line. But this eye is below the X line. Now your brain is going to try and say, warning, 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 that's not right. And it's going to want to try and make them level. But that's not what my eyes see. Remember, the trick is we draw with our eyes. So tell your brain to take a break and have your eyes do the drawing. Once you have all those basic shapes down, you're ready to start going into more detail. Now I want you to notice that pretty soon here you're going to be able to see my face, and I want you to notice how much I am looking at that other piece. I'm looking at it so much. Do you see my finger? My finger is actually helping my eyes see exactly what I am seeing. So I drew out my basic shapes, and then I went in and I was more careful with what I was doing, and now I'm starting to go in and add shading and detail, but I'm using my finger to help my eyes focus on what I want to see. Okay, so I'm only focused on the little spots as I work. Then, and I'll move myself back out of the way, but what I want you to see is, notice how much my head moves. You'll start to see it in this corner. That's because I'm constantly going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? I'm constantly going, what am I drawing? Draw my thing. What am I drawing? Draw my thing. You have to constantly look in order for your brain to be able to not draw and your eyes to be able to draw. So, here we go. You'll watch. Watch it. You'll see it. See? My head is, you can just barely see it. Constantly moving. Constantly moving. Look at my paper. Look at my drawing. Look at my paper. Look at my drawing. Okay? Then, as you start getting into it, right, you'll just kind of keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? Look how much my head moves. Look how much my head moves. Then, I got to the point where I was like, man, I have really got to get close. I'm going to fold my paper over and put it right next to there. So I am constantly looking and seeing my drawing, right? And then I just slowly add and slowly add and slowly add. And if you let your eyes do the work and you use your fingers to help your eyes do the drawing, all of a sudden your brain will look at what you've done and be like, what? We just drew that? That's crazy. So make sure that you let your eyes do the drawing. Hopefully all these tricks will help you be successful, but don't forget you're always welcome to come to the help desk. I will not draw on your paper for you, but I will be happy to do little examples, little tutorials if you're needing help. Best of luck and enjoy your observational drawing experience.